Hey, what's going on, everybody? Long time. I just posted a video on my Patreon page for those of you who are members there. I posted that yesterday. So let's just get right into everything. Happy New Year. Hope everybody is really well. I want to talk about how our mood and our feelings um, come in waves. So a lot of people I work with, obviously after our sessions feel so good and feel it might be, positive feeling for a week, but then, we're going to feel down, we're going to feel up, we're going to feel down again. So I live like in farm country and out in the middle of the wilderness and around nature. And what I've noticed is now it's winter and it's been dry for the past, 6, 7 months. Crazy hot summer. Now it's been raining for the last month and all the grass is coming out. But after the grass, there's another stage where other weeds come out. And what I've noticed, I've lived here 9 years now, is that everything has its turn. So first it's the grass, then it's these different types of weeds come out, and then there are these really thorny, annoying ones, and they come out at a certain moment in time. And what I'm observing and realizing is that everything has its place. Everything has its turn. So rather than competing with each other for space and water and sunlight, nature has sort of figured out that we'll take our turns. Once the grass starts to die and has had its turn, then a new round of weeds come along. And then after they die, then another round of weeds. It's really amazing to watch. And it's the same thing with our emotions. Suppressing and burying emotions is really unhealthy and actually impossible because it will come out somehow, some way. Either it will make you physically sick, mentally sick, or you'll just be holding things in and one day explode, or it will just affect your general behavior. You will have this discomfort, this unease, frustration, irritation, anger, sadness, whatever, and it manifests and it's expressed in many different ways. Emotions are, that's what I mean. And for most people, for most of us, it happens like a pulsing like wave, especially when we've gone through something really traumatic, like a breakup, or we've lost our job, or someone's just said something hurtful to us. Basically, on one end, it's receiving love. On the other end, it's receiving hate or the absence of love. Okay, so when we receive love, whether it's artificial through likes on Facebook or people just telling us how great we are, or whatever that love that we're receiving is, it lifts us. And whenever we receive hate, when someone's mean to us, rude to us, or deprives us of kindness and love, that also affects us and we feel hurt, we feel down. So when we're hurt for whatever reason, we lost our job, someone's mean, or we're going through a breakup, it's like getting punched or hit or slamming your thumb in a door. It hurts tremendously at first, right? And then as the pain subsides, it goes from a constant pain to a throbbing pain where it gets painful and then it kind of chills, and then it gets painful and then it chills, and it just does that, and it dies, it starts to die down, right? The moments of pain and pulsing pain start to dwindle, and then gaps start to be introduced in between, gaps of feeling relief and feeling peace and feeling good. And as time goes on, as long as you don't keep jamming that thumb in the door, that's the key, is, to stop making it worse and allow healing to happen, then the pulsing subsides, and then eventually there will be more moments of feeling relief and less moments of the pain. And this is very similar to emotional pain, which emotional pain, let's always remember, is triggered by thoughts, by what's going on in our head. So when we're, let's say, going through a breakup or we're rejected, the thoughts are, I'm not good enough, I'll never find someone. It's those types of thoughts, right? And those thoughts trigger emotions of sadness, loneliness, inadequacy, etc., which lead to anger, depression, etc. So when we've experienced something really traumatic and painful, just understanding why you still will go through waves of feeling down, just understanding why that happens is enough to help you through it. Because once you understand what's going on, you won't feel lost. You won't feel like, you're going to feel sad for the rest of your life. Which, by the way, is another, I don't even say common, because it pretty much happens to everyone. Everyone that I work with. I've been through it myself. When we feel that pain, that loneliness, that depression, whatever it is, we think it's going to last forever. Okay, this is what we think. And this is what we fear. We fear, like, oh, I'm going to feel sad like this forever. You don't realize that it's not true. You're going to feel so different tomorrow. You're going to feel so different in the next 4 hours. If you are having a long, sustained period of feeling like crap or depressed or sad, it's because you're still very close to that, having that moment of trauma. It's still fresh, or you're doing something that's still keeping that trauma very, very much active, right? So you could be looking at your ex's social media, or looking to see if they're online on WhatsApp or whatever. There's so many things we do that make healing difficult for us, for ourselves, or we're in contact with them. Okay? So that's in regards to breakups, but you can apply this to everything. Most of the people I work with, about 90%, are going through divorce or breakup or loneliness, depression, that sort of thing, as a result of some sort of a loss. So that's what I'm seeing mostly. And so just understand that there is going to be this pulse, that if you feel good for a few days, that be prepared that you are going to probably have that mood again, that pain, because just like the weeds, those emotions need their moment. They need their space. They need to be felt. You've got to feel them. You've got to allow them. If you don't allow them, they're going to stay there and they're just going to linger and they're going to build, and you'll become comfortable in that state of pain. And it will become like your new normal. And you don't want that. You want your normal to be a healthy, lighter, energized, motivated, inspired, healthier self. Okay, that's going to keep you alive longer. It's going to keep you fitter and healthier longer. Okay, so when we go through trauma, it's like we've been broken open, and it's the perfect time to do some spring cleaning and repair work. I compare it a lot to having broken your arm. If you don't set it in the correct place, it's going to heal in a bad shape, a bad way, and then you're not going to be as functional. But once you've broken your arm or shattered your arm or had a traumatic event, that's the moment, while everything is broken and painful and just, unstable, that's the moment to set it in the right shape, and then you put a cast on, and then you let it heal. And in terms of an emotional trauma that we feel, it's the same sort of thing. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you're doing all the right things, that's setting it. So no contact, not looking at their stuff, getting involved with exercise, sports, reading, educating yourself on why you are going through so much pain, educating yourself, reading, watching great documentaries, motivating, doing the emotional spring cleaning that you need to do, the mental and emotional spring cleaning, and then protecting yourself while you heal. So remember, this protecting isn't going to be for life. It's just for about maybe 6 months to a year, or it's different for all of us. But protecting means whatever it was that caused you the pain, if it's your ex, you do no contact. You don't go on their social media. You create a protective barrier around you where your focus is on you, on healing. You don't want distractions. You don't want to talk or hear from your ex. It's nothing against them. It's not that you're being childish. I hear this a lot in sessions. People are like, oh, he or she will think I'm being immature, or what will other people... It's not about other people. It's about you. It's about doing what's best for you to heal and recover. And in 6 months to a year, you can be friends again once you've healed, if you so choose to. You can even let them know, say, look, I need 6 months to a year of just me time to focus on, getting back to my life and all of this, okay? So there's many different clever ways you can set it up for yourself, but get it set up for yourself, okay? Because you're the priority. Once you're feeling energized and healthy and strong again, it's going to affect all your life, your family, your friends, okay? So I just wanted to draw everyone's attention to this important thing that happens, that you are going to probably notice a pattern. I like to call it the pendulum effect. You're going to notice a swing. You're going to notice that at first you're in pain and suffering and feel terrible constantly. Then you're going to notice that, hey, I just had a few hours of peace in this week. And that few hours can turn into eventually a day. You'll have a good day out of a whole week of misery and suffering. And then you'll notice that that day can turn into 2 days. And then you will start to notice a pattern that you're good for 2 days and you feel terrible for 4 days. And then keep your eye on that pattern and you may notice that it will change. And this is all awareness, right? So this is through, if you want to strengthen your ability to do this, it will be through meditating, it will be through practicing awareness, self-awareness, being aware of what's going on with you, what you're feeling. It's so important. If you're an investment banker, stockbroker, or any job really requires you to observe trends, observe what's happening so that you can have a better forecast for where things are going, and it will help you with your decision making, right? So I call this just an easy way to remember it, and I to teach it and share it with the people I work with. I like to just call it the pendulum effect. So it's like a pendulum. You feel good for a few days and you feel like crap for a few days. And if you be aware of this swinging pendulum, you'll notice that if you look at their social media and do anything painful that you shouldn't be, you're swinging it back into the pain zone, okay? And if you do the healthier things, whatever it is that makes you genuinely feel better, I have a long list that I still keep to this day. Whenever I feel down, I look at that list and I go through it and I'm like, what can I do out of this list that will make me feel good? And I have crazy things on there, right? From taking a shower, which makes me feel great, to cleaning my house, to going for a walk, to playing the guitar, to cooking, to gardening. My list it's like 50 things on there at least. Calling my family, there's a tremendous amount of things. Giving to people is a big one, giving, helping other people, it's huge. It's very underrated, but you feel amazing when you do that. You feel powerful, and it's a good thing. So be aware of your pendulum. Just be aware that happens. because being aware of that will give you confidence. When it happens, you'll know what's going on rather than feeling lost and like, oh, I'm never going to heal. I'm never going to feel better. It's been a year and I still have these feelings, right? Well, you're still having those feelings because, it's depending on the intensity of your relationship and the way it ended. You could still be going through that. But always ask yourself, hey, do I feel like I did the first week of this? Probably not. You probably are doing much better today than you were in the first week of your breakup or first month. And that's proof that you are healing, right? Now, it might be that you'll get to a point where you kind of hit a plateau and you've healed tremendously, but then there's like those last extra pounds, right? Like trying to lose belly weight. And it's the same thing. The last extra pounds, they're usually the hardest to get. Okay, they're hard to get. You need more specific exercises to get them. Everything else, you were able to like lose that weight because you were pretty much hitting all those targets. It's the same emotionally. If you're doing the correct journaling, gratitude every day, practicing powerful affirmations, praying, being healthy, getting yourself involved with lots of things, letting go of old things. Now I'm seeing this is a big trend now of I've been talking about this for many years now, and someone told me that there's a documentary now about letting go of your old clothes and picking things that energize you. And I'm so glad to see this. You see, our world, we're waking up. Everyone's waking up and becoming more educated or enlightened, right? Our species is becoming a lot more emotionally intelligent, right? And just, it's like anything, we require techniques. We need to know like what to do, but all these things are very possible, okay? So I'm going to wrap it up now, and I hope everybody out there is doing really well. Sorry for the lack of updates, and thank you for everyone's continued support and all the amazing feedback and messages and kind words. I've been getting emails from people just asking, am I okay? Am I injured? What's going on? And it's, I am so glad that these videos have been so helpful, and I will absolutely continue to do them and continue to grow this channel. To those of you who subscribe and support me through my Patreon page, I will put the links down below if anyone else would like to help support. Thank you so much. I can't thank you guys enough. It helps so much, just with everything. Helps me to continue to do this, to make time to do this. But I will do this anyway, regardless, because I believe that all of these things they're not complicated, they're not difficult, and they help tremendously. So just be aware of that pulsing pain, and that you might be good for a week and then have a terrible day for, terrible 2 days, and then it will give you an idea of where you are in the healing process. If you feel great for a week and have 2 days feeling terrible, you'll know that you're doing pretty well, and that there's just a few last pounds or a few last emotional blockages that you need to reach, and you should be thinking of reaching them in a different way. So thinking about, well, you've managed to heal up 70% of things. Well, now to get to those other things that are lingering, you may need different counterbalances. You may need to write what are those thoughts that are causing those feelings. Write them down, and then spend time, it's worth it. Spend time on tackling those thoughts and countering them, right? Processing them. Because when you process them, it's like massaging out knots. Once you process them, they will release and you'll be free. And it's not about lying to ourselves, deceiving ourselves, telling ourselves like what we want to hear. No, it's not that. It's about the truth. So find the truths that serve you, that counter those lies that you're telling yourself that are hurting you. The lies that, I'm not good enough, that, whatever it is, those are the lies. As it says, I believe in the Bible or somewhere, the truth will set you free. and it will set you free. So make an effort to find those truths. Remember, in your head you've got negative self-talk and then positive self-talk. It's like two lawyers, and you don't want that negative lawyer who's bringing you down to be stronger. You want the positive lawyer to be stronger. Or as Matthew McConaughey has said in some of his videos, there's two wolves you have, and you want to feed the good wolf in your head, not the bad wolf. So sending everybody out there power, peace, strength. Go out there. You are totally in control of your life. If you feel like you're not, that's just temporary. You can change it by just making adjustments every day, every week. So just make those adjustments and make sure every week you're improving aspects of your life. All right, and if you guys are interested in more videos, go ahead and check out my Patreon page, and if you'd like to support it, you can join it for as low as just $1 is the lowest pledge, and you'll have access to all the other videos that I'm doing. I'm going to do more videos on the Patreon page about diet and all kinds of other things. All right, everyone, so adios for now, and stay tuned for more. Bye.